Hey everyone, it's Chris at White Mountains TV in the North Conway studios, and I am joined by Ellen Chandler of Jackson Ski Touring Foundation, and she joins us via Zoom. How are you today, Ellen?
I'm great, Chris. Thanks for asking, and nice to be here.
It's nice to have you. It looks like a beautiful backdrop there. It's probably not live, so to speak, but that gives you an idea of the wonderful groomed trails they have over at Jackson Ski Touring Foundation. Where is that spot?
That's up at the Eagle Mountain House, and I just realized it is flipped. So if it doesn't look 100% familiar, it's not you.
If you were to go skiing with a mirror and be looking in the mirror, that's what you would see.
Exactly.
Behind you. So let's talk a little bit about skiing at Jackson Ski Touring Foundation. I understand that the demand for learn to ski programs is really, really high this year.
It is. I mean, the phone rings. We still have we're not just analog, we're paper and pencil for our ski school book. And it fills up every weekend. It's really exciting. And we're even filling up our midweek lesson slots. People are really interested in learning to ski. It's the change in our operating plan has been that basically every lesson is a private lesson. So it's a great year to learn because you're going to get one-on-one attention, or maybe just a little bit, share it with some other member of your family. But it's a great year to learn, and people are taking advantage of that.
That's fantastic. So everything is a kind of a private lesson right now,
Mm-hmm.
and people, I assume, need to reserve in advance. What's the process for that?
They really do need to reserve. I mean, you could luck out and walk in, and there might be an opening, but it's for the most part, if you don't call in advance, you won't get it in the book. Yep. So yeah, people call. We figure out what's the best time for them. We kind of talk them through it depending on where they're coming from, and just put them in. And then it also gives us a chance. If we fill up a day, we can call another instructor and say, hey, we need another person to come in because there's a lot of interest on X day for learning to ski. Yeah. And some days we have, I think Saturday and Sunday we have 6 instructors on.
Wow. What should someone know about learning to ski? Is there anything are there any pre-requirements, whether it's fitness level or gear? What does someone need to begin their becoming a skier?
Well, you can learn at almost any fitness level, and that's one of the beauties of cross-country skiing. And our learning center right here at the Wentworth, which is even more gentle than the terrain in my background, is super flat. We have and it's a very nicely, really a manicured set of trails for learning to ski. So if you can walk, you can learn how to cross-country ski, and it can be as easy as that level of fitness, or you can take it to an Olympic level if you want to. But the fitness level to start, it can be very just what you do in daily life.
And we know that.
The only sort of special hint I tell people is, you probably will touch the snow at some point with some part of your body. So bring extra gloves because you're going to want to go skiing afterwards, and your feet will stay nice and dry in the boots, but your gloves will get wet. And so bring an extra pair of gloves so that when you go out on your own, you're comfortable.
Good tips. We're speaking with Ellen Chandler, the executive director of Jackson XC in Jackson Village, New Hampshire. You have your youth programs have started up, so that's the sign that we are in the crux of winter now. How's that going?
Oh, that's going great, and we've added a couple new ones, but we had Speed Camp, which we started last year, and we did it 1 day a week last year. Now we're doing it 2 days a week, and then we're also taking the skiing on the road, so to speak, and we're working with Project Succeed in 3 elementary schools in the Conway School District. We went to the John Fuller School on Monday. Today we're going to the Pine Tree School. And then next week we're adding in Conway L. And it's a daunting task because you have to take a micro rental shop on the road. And, I won't say we are state of the art yet, but the kids are very forgiving. Yep. And so it's right now, we'll be doing some snowshoeing with the youngest ones at Pine Tree this afternoon, and getting the older ones booted up and on snow. And it's just games at this point because we don't have groomed trails down at Pine Tree, but that's, games is where it starts.
Yeah, that is fantastic. I'm sure all the kids love getting out of their classrooms for a little bit to get some fresh air and to feel the joy of movement, getting out in these. And we've been blessed. We've had some nice kind of mild winter days, so it's been perfect for it.
Yeah, you have to take the silver lining when it comes. It's like if it's mild, enjoy the outdoors.
Yeah. You also have some programs going on for adults right now, including Friday Gliders, which is, of course, a very social event typically that's gone on every year. It's a little bit modified this year, but it's still happening.
Yeah, Friday Gliders, we started last week, and we took people went out on the trail and did big tours. This week, with a little bit less terrain, we are converting it to more of a ski clinic session. So it will be, make the most of what the snow we do have. You're right at the Wentworth course, and improve your technique so that the rest of the winter you have these skills that you can take even better advantage of. So Friday Gliders is a little bit smaller this year, but it's just as passionate.
All right. And of course, for anybody who just wants to get on the trail system, you guys have a number of options. You do have day of tickets that you can buy at your special outdoor window now, right?
Yep, we created a special outdoor window so people can just walk to the back patio. We run a fire pit out there on the weekends, and you can just buy your tickets right there. If you need rentals, we have a separate entrance for rentals where you take your receipt and go to the rental window. And that's been another sort of silver lining of the warm winter. It has been, it hasn't been, you don't really mind putting on your ski boots outdoors when it's, 30 degrees.
Yep.
So,
absolutely. And season passes, can someone still grab a season pass if they decide they're going to be skiing a lot?
Yep, and people really are responding to the idea of season passes this year. It's really heartening, and to see people realize, I'm going to ski more than 10 days. Let me just buy that pass and go out there whenever I want. And that's it's great when people sort of validate what we do here all year long, working on the trails and saying, yeah, we're going to go skiing.
And that must be really, when someone buys a season pass, that really must be an investment in Jackson XC, because it helps you plan a little bit more for all the maintenance work that you do, not only, the day of someone's ski visit, but throughout the year, even in different seasons to get ready for creating a town of cross-country skiing.
It most definitely is. And I think it helps them engage, because once you have a season pass, you sort of, you're more likely to engage with other season pass holders. So you might meet other people you'll see the ones who are on the trails you like. You'll get a little bit more engaged in the whole community. And, hopefully these people remain season pass holders and help us, again, with that off-season work. I mean, there's a ton of work that goes into the summertime, a ton of equipment. There's excavator work in the summer. There's, and then, we have these, 2 piston bullies. There's basically $500,000 worth of grooming equipment that's ready to go every night. I mean,
wow. It's an investment in a lifestyle for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And before we let you go, I know, I'm going to ask you this question now, and the answer may be different tomorrow or the day after that even, but how's the terrain been? I know we've had some snow challenges so far this year, but you guys have been able to open up a considerable amount of terrain based on what we've had.
We really have. I mean, up until, today, we made the most of that last storm, which was not a really magnificent storm. It was like 6 to 8 inches, and we skied the living daylights out of that snow. And we've kind of, I wouldn't say we're getting to the end, but it's definitely retracted for today and tomorrow. But we, for about 2 weeks there, we had 50 kilometers open, and we were grooming more than 30 kilometers per night. So there were a lot of options, and right now there still is a lot of terrain open. You can up in between at Carter Notch, at Boggy Brook, and up on the North Hall Trail, and the Wentworth Golf Resort course. Sometimes we overlook that, but it's like 4 kilometers right out there, and it's right out the door. Yeah,
absolutely. And you mentioned some of the high elevation areas. I know, they've been getting a little bit more snow even. I know, like the Pinkham Notch area got an inch of snow the other night, which helps areas like the North Hall and stuff like that.
And Carter Notch as well. Yeah, it just refreshes things.
Those little dustings add up over time. Mm-hmm. Ellen Chandler from Jackson Ski Touring Foundation. Anything else before we say goodbye?
No, just that the winter's really just begun. Look forward to seeing people on the trails, and thank everyone for their support.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll talk to you soon.
Definitely.
All right, you're watching White Mountains TV.